Yo, what is up? We are back again. Pavy Daily Takes. Sorry I missed the past 2 days. I know it's supposed to be daily, but I missed the past 2 days. I'm sorry. But we're here again. Saw some of y'all checking out the first one and leaving comments. I love the comments. I'm always down to discuss with you guys. So continue to leave comments and we can talk about whatever. Today I want to talk about the Brooklyn Nets. Been a topic of discussion around the league for the past 2 years. Now I just want to say I think the clock is ticking on the Brooklyn Nets, man. Look, we are at I'm sound like I'm beating a dead horse, but we are over the halfway point of the season. James Harden, although he's still effective, although he's still good, James Harden does not look like Houston James Harden. Does not look like the James Harden that was out there giving you 50, 10, and 10 in Houston, and you was running the whole offense through him and winning 50 games consistently while you was running the whole offense through him. Kyrie Irving, love Kyrie. Kyrie looks incredible. Um, Last night against the Kings, though, that was a complete abomination by the whole team. Um, I didn't see the full game. I think I was watching until halftime. I left out the house to go live my life. I'm like, oh, they're gonna win. Whatever, it's the Kings. I get a text from one of the homies like, yeah, Harden had 3 points and they lost. I'm like, huh? Then I read the comments. Kyrie says, "Oh, teams are playing playoff style against us." Number one, yes, they are because you guys are supposed to be the best team in the league. As well, many people would say you are the best team in the league, and you guys are a championship contender. Also, it's the Kings. The Kings haven't played actual playoff basketball since Ti dropped King. So I don't really want to hear from you that the Kings are playing playoff style basketball. I feel you, but no, y'all just need to play better, and y'all needed to win that game. But with Kyrie, you don't play every day. Like, how are you gonna actually win playoff series when one of your main players literally does not plays every other game? Like in the playoff series, do you know how preposterous that is? Like if you have a game 7 on the road in Miami, you mean you just not gonna play? Well, not on the road. You mean if you have a game 7 at home against whoever, you just not gonna play? Now, one thing that's for them that actually may bode well for them is that I don't think they get the number one seed. I think they probably finish. I mean, right now, I think they're actually like 2 games away from being in the play-in. I think they're on a 6-game losing streak, if I'm not mistaken. Which I actually didn't realize that it was a 6-game losing streak. But yeah, they're 2.5 games away from the play-in. I don't think they'll ever end up in the play-in, but I guess that would actually bode well for them because at this point in time, I can't see them actually getting the number one seed. But still, like the fact that granted, I know they have, I think, 4 straight road games, so Kyrie can get in a bit of a rhythm here. But I think in March he can play like 3 games or something like that, and in April we can play 1 game. So in the month of April, when y'all supposed to be gearing up, going towards the playoffs, and they need to gear up, whereas some teams, you get like the Suns, you win the conference. If they win the conference, you win the conference. You get to April, maybe you want to rest, relax a little bit because you got the playoff coming up. No, they need to be gearing up. When they get to April, I will hope everybody's back. Like I said, I keep forgetting Joe Harris isn't even there. Joe Harris is a guy who is huge for that team, especially when you have players who can dominate in isolation the way Kyrie, Harden, and KD can. That's a guy that makes it even more harder for you guys for other teams to double them because he shoots 50% from three when he's having a good season, about around 50%, 46, 48%. That's a guy that you can't double them now. It's impossible. And you put LaMarcus on the court with that, or you put Nick Claxton on the court with that. That's an extremely, extremely formidable lineup. Or you put Patty Mills and Harris and Kyrie and Harden and then pick somebody. Like that's a very formidable offensive lineup. But the Nets have real issues, man. I mean, Harden's contract is running out this year. He said that he's going to test free agency. I think ultimately he'll probably end up going back. I don't really see another unless there is a surprise team. I mean, I don't know what happens with the Ben Simmons thing. I would assume that he would get traded this week. I would assume he would get traded this week. I would assume. But if he doesn't and this lingers into the offseason, I mean, you hear the Harden and Philly rumors. Maybe they could get a sign and trade done, but then that means KD and Kyrie would have to approve of playing with Ben Simmons. And I mean, I don't know, where we'll be with COVID next season. So I don't know where the mandates will be next season, but Kyrie next season still might only be able to play 41 games. So the clock is ticking on the Brooklyn Nets, man. And also, they main players ain't no spring chickens. Like, I mean, we talking about KD. KD to play about 14 years in the league. Harden is turning 33 years old. Kyrie himself, I think he turns 30 in maybe like a year. So we talking about guys who have been in the league, suffered some injuries, and have a lot of mileage on them. Like this team, man, the clock is ticking, man. The clock on this Brooklyn Nets thing is ticking. They've only been on the court 14 times. They can't ever seem to get healthy. I know I saw a thing that said, KD said, we got to figure it out on the fly. I don't know how you figure it out on the fly and win the championship. Now, I know the LeBron Cleveland team did it, but the one constant with the LeBron Cleveland team was LeBron played every night. Also, Kevin Love and LeBron had at least 4 years of rhythm. Like they at least had installed rhythm that they had actually played together before, you know? And also, that Eastern Conference isn't this Eastern Conference. This Eastern Conference, I mean, you talk about these playoff series. I mean, even a team like, sorry about that, guys. I mean, real life. But yeah, I mean, even a team like, hell, the Raptors, Boston, Charlotte, a lot of teams can give you some go. Even the, lower tier teams the lower tier teams can give you some go. So this Nets thing, man, the clock is ticking. We may look back on this Nets team in 10 years and be like, man, what if? Like every time I watch the Nets, especially in certain games, the main game was a game against the Warriors, right? Fell down 20. Kyrie and Patty Mills hawked them down, right? And I was just looking and I'm like, man, bro, if they could just get all they guys, they really got something here. Like, obviously, I think they have the best, I think if I'm not mistaken, they have the best offensive rate in NBA history when all three, KD, Kyrie, and Harden play. The issue is they don't never play. So, yeah, man, I just think the clock is ticking on this team. The clock is ticking on them and the Lakers. The clock is ticking on this team. And also, while they, I guess supposed to, you assume that they would be having their run right now, there's new teams coming. I mean, the Bulls aren't going to go anywhere. You never know what happens with the Sixers. The Bucks aren't going anywhere. The Cavs aren't going anywhere. The Hornets, they're coming. So, like there's other teams coming also. It's not like I said, this is not the Eastern Conference of the mid 2010s. It's not that East no more. You got some real teams and some legitimate threats and some legitimate young teams that will be threats in the next 2 to 3 years. So, like I said, man, we may look back on this Nets thing. Like, I don't think, KD, Kyrie, and Harden and all of those guys are going to split up and go somewhere else. They may, but I don't think they're going to split up and go somewhere else. But their window is, in my personal opinion, swiftly closing. In my personal opinion, and it's actually unfortunate because this could be a very fun team. Like it could be a very fun team, very fun situation. I think that when they're all out there, that they play a very fun style of basketball. But like I said, the issue is they got to get out there, man. So I mean, you guys can tell me what you all think. I've said many times the Nets are just a concept. But yeah, man. Like I said, I'll say it one last time. The clock is ticking on the Brooklyn Nets. Their window might be closing faster than what people assume it is. You guys let me know what you think.
Every time they see me, they say that's a move. Every time they see you, they say that's a move. Every time they see us, they say that's a move. That's a move. Yeah.
Teriyaki salmon, ocean prime.
That's a move.
I just closed on the crib.
That's a move.
She sent a text that said she.
That's a move.
Yeah, that's a, yeah, that's a, yeah.